Now I would like to pass the floor to Tamila Tasheva, who is permanent representative of the President of Ukraine in the Autonomous Republic of Crimea. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you. Dear Excellencies, heads and members of the Parliament, participants of the summit, Friends of Ukraine. First of all, I would like to thank the Czech Republic for hosting this event important for Ukrainians, including millions of those living in the occupation. This summit is another reminder that the aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine continues for almost 10 years, and it started with the occupation of Crimea, killing of Crimean Tatar activist Rishat Ametov, arrest of filmmaker Oleg Sentsov, searches in Ukrainian churches, and abduction of children. Even though the victory of Ukraine is inevitable, today we need the strong support of our international partners. First of all, military assistance, of course. But even sought after February 24, the priority of political and diplomatic means was replaced by rockets and drones. In parallel, Crimea platform continues to fulfill its tasks by preparing the Ukrainian legislation to meet the needs of Crimea the next day after the occupation. And we made a progress in that by launching several important projects within the just previous year. In particular, the team of Crimea, which is working upon the human resources needed for the restoration of a peaceful life in Peninsula. Also, under the leadership of the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, we started the processes of signing of MOUs with Ukrainian and international businesses that declare they would start operating in the peninsula once the rule of law is back. Our citizens in Crimea have to realize now, even before the deoccupation, what Ukraine is going to be back with. That will be a fair approach to the establishment of justice, ensuring the sustainable economical development. Russia has turned Crimea into a military launchpad, while Ukraine seeks to make it a source of economic growth and social development, to allow the diversity back to Crimea. And that reflects very much the historical trends. Throughout hundreds of years, relation between Crimea and mainland of Ukraine was sometimes hostile, but mostly it was interaction, trade, military and cultural exchange. That was not the case with the Moscow, which from the 18th century came to Crimea with the thought and settler colonialism, and later in 1940s with the genocide of the indigenous peoples, a decade after it committed genocide against Ukrainians. Unfortunately, Russia chose to revive this history again. And every time we feel disappointed when international community falls into the trap of the Russian imperial narratives about Crimea by accepting the vision of Crimea as a military stronghold of Russia, a sacred place for imperialism, and ignoring the vision in which, first of all, Crimea is a place where people live, in particular indigenous people that bear the word Crimea in their name, but that cannot live in their homeland until it remained under the Russian occupation. Our new vision of Crimea without the Russian occupants is the point where the Crimea platform has the potential to transform from a platform for the deoccupation of Crimea into a platform for the restoration of normal life on the peninsula. Therefore, we encourage our international partners to join the efforts on the future Crimea today. Next year in Bakhchisarai, glory to Ukraine. Thank you.